Hello and welcome to Factorio. So I've wanted to do a series on this for a while. I did do one as one of my very first YouTube videos. Unfortunately, I'll just turn the sound down in the game a little. Unfortunately, due to a couple of mishaps and things with my computer, I've lost all the data to the old series. So I did originally have intentions of carrying it on when I started doing my YouTube again, but I'm not going to be able to. So I thought it about time to start a new one. Well, may as well just get rid of this little pocket of iron just sitting in the middle of nowhere. There we go. And you can go in there as well. So, what's this series going to be about? For those of you that know Factorio, you know that there is a main goal of launching a rocket to space. There's also the secondary sort of goal of researching everything. And I am going to try and complete both of these. I'm not going to try and do it in a certain time limit or anything like that. I'm just going to, build a factory, see what it's like. And if you've got a suggested goal, leave it in the comments, let me know, and I'll decide whether or not I'll be doing that as an extended goal. Things like building a bot-only factory, or building a belt-only factory, so no bots whatsoever. If you've got any ideas, let me know. That should be enough coal to keep me going for a little while. Okay, yep, 15 iron plates, that's pretty good. Grab some stone as well, and I can start making more furnaces. So, obviously the first episode of Factorio can be a little bit slow because it's all done by hand and things like that. But we'll see if we can make it go a little quicker. I'm not going to start power or anything like that yet, but what I am going to do is tech up as quickly as possible in terms of getting as much iron and things like that ready to go. Should have put that in there to begin with. That was silly of me. Okay. And then actually I should have kept some of that. There we go. So I've got 2 irons going now. Dig up a little bit more coal. In fact, what do I need for more of those? Iron is the only thing I'm missing. Okay. So a couple of little tricks for things like coal and that early on. If you get 2 mining drills and place them opposite one another, then they'll feed into each other, and then you can just go and collect whatever coal they have in themselves. Now obviously their only maximum stack is 50. So by doing that you do cut them off, like you have to go back and check them regularly. Otherwise they fill up and then they're useless. 14, 15, there we go. Excellent. 3 more of them then, please. So with this I can automate coal. I'm going to need at least 1 piece of coal to get this started. There we go. And 1 more just there. So these 2 will automatically feed each other, as I was saying. And as you can see, they'll just tick up like that. So I'll just swing by there every now and then, grab the coal out of them to feed these machines. Now I also want to cut down a little bit of this forest. If you guys want the seed to this map, let me know and I will post it down in the comments. Or I'll put it in the description of the videos. That way you guys can play along if you like. Okay. So I'm going to need a chest. And I've already got another mine. There we go. So this will be collecting stone for me. Just throw some wood in there for now. And that way I won't have to worry too much about actually hand mining anything again. That's out of coal, so there we go. So for the next little while I will be sort of running backwards and forwards, just feeding these machines constantly. and sort of increasing the number of them I've got. 10 more stone, that's 2 more miners. They're going to go on the coal. There we are. So now I've got 4 feeding into each other. And you can just literally keep doing this, keep feeding them like this, and get bigger and bigger. As long as each one feeds into another one, then you can just keep growing like that, and you'll never have to sort of worry about them running out of fuel. As I say, they will get to a maximum number of fuel though, which is 50 in each. Okay, 3 more. If I get 5 more stone, I'll have another iron mine. There we go. And go grab some more coal. There we go. So as I say, just doing that is a good way to start with the coal mining. I didn't start in a bad spawn. I've got sort of a reasonable amount next to me. I left all of the settings on this perfectly normal, didn't change a single setting. So it's just a base standard map for this version of Factorio. So nothing changed, nothing altered, and we'll see what happens. When I finish this series, I may eventually get to the point of having another one and things like that. So if there's anything specific that you want me to do in the series, so for example, if you want me on a map with very small resource deposits or things like that, let me know. I'll think about it and see what happens. Okay, there we go. So I'm getting iron a lot quicker now. Really, I used all of the coal. There you go. Have some more. Now at the minute, even with the small number of mines that I have going, they require quite a lot of coal. And it does get annoying ferrying it backwards and forwards like I am. So, the aim of this game is automation, so let's start doing some. I'm going to need a little bit more of all of the items. I'm also going to need to start getting some copper, so I'll have 5 more of them. Grab some more stone, a few furnaces as well, please. We'll have 2 of these on here. There we go. Yep, they're all feeding each other again. Lovely. Now, I want 2 on the copper. And 1 more on the iron. Well, no, I didn't want to leave 50 in there. I wanted to leave 10 in there, for God's sake. There we go. 25, 25. There we go. Yep, so we'll start building up some copper now as well as iron, which will let us actually start building some of the things I need to actually automate any of this. Okay. Now, with power and things like that, there's really only, when using steam generators, there's really only one ratio to use. That will be changing quite a lot with the introduction of sort of the next level of power in 0.15, hopefully. They're trying to get rid of that sort of exact ratio so that, you know, every factory doesn't have this big block of steam generators that looks exactly the same in every factory. And I mean, there's a good reason why they look the same in every factory, because, you know, it's a perfect ratio. You have, I think it's 10 steam engines to 12 or 13, no, 13 boilers to 10 steam engines, I believe it is sort of the perfect ratio. And what that is it will run every one of the steam engines at 99% efficiency, I believe. Need more stone. Come on. I could just make another burner mining drill. So I've got 5 of them so far. Now, it has been a little while since I've played, so I'm pretty sure it is 13 boilers to 10 steam engines. I may be wrong. I don't think I am, but, you know, one of them things you can never be 100% sure, can you? There we go. Now, I've got a starting bit of water just there, so don't have to worry about that too much. Right, I'm going to need one of those. Going to need 10 of these, and then I can do the first level of automation, which I've already selected. There we go. Lots more coal to add to all the machines. Lovely. Right, let's get this set up. I'm also going to need a offshore pump. There we go. Now I want this relatively close to the water, and not relatively close to the water, relatively close to the coal, sorry. Of course it's going to be close to the water, it's got to be. Right, the offshore pump will go there. Okay. I do not need to place all of these down, thinking about it. All that'll do is block me from getting to the coal. And put that just there, and that there. There we go. Now, as soon as the offshore pump is finished, I will be able to get this started. And I'm going to need some coal to actually put in these things. That'll work. There we go. Filled them up randomly, but it doesn't really matter at the moment, as long as there's some coal in some of them. That'll get the water temperature up ridiculously quickly with all the boilers. As you can see, it's only actually using the first boiler, so it's not wasting the coal in the rest of these. And automation is starting. Excellent. Okay. I could go for electric. Grab one of those, because I'm going to want to put a break in between this so that I can still get to the coal easily. There we go. And then I can put the rest of these down. There we go. Damn. I was going so well then. Now you may be wondering why I'm using one per, and that is simply because otherwise it looks wrong and I will go completely insane. Which is a stupid thing really to be doing, but yeah. Like that single gap there extra whenever I have an electric pole in my hand will drive me mad, because it's different from the rest of them. But yeah, never mind. So that one's already run out of power, and we've finished automation. Excellent. Now I'm going to go for logistics next, because I like having the splitters and stuff. That will make things so much easier. But we're going to need to actually begin assembling things. So we need 2 assemblers. Okay, so we've got our first 2 assemblers. Give me the stone. There we go. So, I am going to automate the production of red science very quickly. Not completely automated, but automated enough that it will be producing it at least. So, that's going to make the red science, and that's going to make some gears. Throw the copper in there, throw some iron in there, and hook it up. There we go. So, although I'll have to fill these up manually for the moment, it will produce the red beakers, or the science packs. So, you know, first level of automation, it will get much better, I hope. Right. I'm going to need some more assembly machines, so I'm going to make a ridiculously large number to begin with. Give me that. So, I am going to need a lot of transport belts. But rather than make them by hand, which, you know, I could do, but what's the point? It's Factorio. You're not meant to make things by hand. Oh, and you guys are out of coal. There we go. Everything filling up again. Like to keep all the machines running. No point when they're stopped. It's no benefit to me. Okay. So, you are going to make some gears. You are going to make the belts themselves. And I need a box to put them in. And then I need to actually put some plates in each of you. There you go. Perfect. Oh, you're out already, and wow, you're out. Okay, but we've got a few science packs in there. So our bottleneck at the moment is the amount of iron that we've got, and I took all the coal out of that. There we go. That's better. Yep, that's better. Yeah, so we're going to need to get our iron a lot quicker than we currently are. So, there we go. Grab some more stone. Oh, 32 belts already, that's not too bad. Okay. Already run out of coal, unfortunately. I'm going to need some more. Get all 7, I suppose. There we go, 8 of them. That will do me fine. Factorio is definitely a game that expands quickly if you do it right. You know, you go from a single mining drill to sort of 100 mining drills, which is always good. No, that way and that way. So you feed to that one, that goes to there, that one goes up. Yep, perfect. You go to there. Yep. So with this whole thing, as long as it keeps feeding the next one along, the whole system will work. And you could just literally set it up as a group, you know, a lot of groups of 2, which can be easier. I just love the way that sort of everyone feeds into the next one. Again, completely unnecessary, but completely fun to do. Boom. Well, that should definitely increase the amount of iron that we're getting. Although not from you. Why not? Ah, I put you the wrong way, that's why. All the others are the correct way. I wonder why that one went the wrong way then. No idea, never mind. Ah, excellent. So, what is the next thing we are gonna learn? That's green science required. We've not had any sort of biters or anything yet, but I could get some armor or weapons. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna go with armor first. It's always a good idea to prepare for the biters, because eventually they will come. Especially with me sort of advancing in the way I am and as quickly as I am, and especially because there is a desert next to me. As you can see, with a desert next to you, it really does stretch the pollution out further. Speaking about that though, let's have a radar tower, and then we might be able to see what's coming, if it starts coming. Okay, I've got some more iron, so some in all of you. In fact, lots in you. And radar tower. Lovely. So the radar tower will slowly show me what's around. It'll also show me a permanent area like this, and I'll be able to see anything in that permanent area. Okay. Now the next thing is these. Obviously these at the moment, I'm not using a great deal of power, but I don't want to get to the point where I forget about them. We're going to go with weapons next. Because if I forget about them and then they run out of power, bad things can happen. Especially when I start using power for mining instead of these burner drills. So, with that in mind, I need 13 of these. Actually, I'm going to need more than 13 of them. Going to need a few more burner mining drills. And I'm going to need a lot of the transport belts. There we go. Okay. Now, they need to go this way. Too far away. There we go. So what this will do, I'll feed this one with a couple of raw wood to start it off. As this, there we go, missed a piece. This will produce coal, which is pushed along the track, which grabbed by the first mining, first inserter, which puts it in itself and in the mining drill. So when this has enough coal in it, the coal will carry on, and it will carry on down the line onto these ones. So this is a great way to feed the coal mining drills without worrying about them running out of fuel. So as I say, they'll feed themselves, and then whatever coal is left after they've fed themselves will go down here and feed these, which will feed my power grid. Now all of these have stopped because they're all full, because I've not emptied them. There we are. Which gives me a lot of coal. So fill all my machines up again, and I'll probably end up with no coal by the end of filling all the machines up. Surprising how much coal you can go through, to be honest. Oh, there you go, I've run out and I've not actually filled them all up, so you can go in there. Damn, okay. Next thing I'm going to go for is some turrets. Because, once again, as I said before, you never know when the enemy is going to start attacking. But I think I'm going to leave it off there, guys. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe, and see you later.